Evening, boys. Hope you're all well. Back for another festive All-Stars fixture list with some belting fixtures tonight, with all of the top six playing each other. Rapa Nui facing a rampant Dragon side. Warriors off the back of the Bushrats defeat travel to Vanuatu, finding some form. Bushrats, Wanganui, as well as Aborigines, Unicorns, Blitz AFC, Hobart Vikings, and Townsville. Someone just give me a quick thumbs up that the sound is all okay, and we will get straight into it. Lots of deals to be processed after this game week, which is excellent to see. Some really exciting new 11s coming out in the group chat today. Interesting to see how that impacts things over the next 10, 11 games. 11 games remaining. I think so. Game week 16 tonight. I think Duggan will confirm at some point, but I think he said he would do a Friday show, the 2nd, and then back to Sunday with Dan on the 4th, and back to then Wednesday, Sunday through to the rest of the season, unless anything comes up. So first game tonight, no requests to go early from anybody. It's going to see us go to Aborigines versus Unicorns. Perfect, smashing. Duggan says all good for the 2nd, so that is good. Plenty of All-Stars action over the next few days. Aborigines, plenty of transfer business over the last few days, but line up like this tonight. I'm not sure how much stronger their revised 11 is post-transfers, but there's some decent plays in there with some good competitive champ pedigree. And they face Unicorns, who have also pressed the reset button and done quite a few deals as well. We've got Del Vecchio, Raquelme behind, and Penza, Baumer and Dyer wide, looking to create a Lotus D, Savage, Daz, Duggan, Liam, and anyone else who's lingering in the background. So let's kick off the action with Aborigines versus Unicorns. "20 minutes in, no real clear-cut chances yet." Potatoes here, good evening. And we get to half-time pretty dull, no real talking points or chances of note, nothing from Aborigines at all. 3 attempts, 2 on target for the Unicorns. And as you would expect, 6s and 7s throughout. The player ratings, nobody really standing out or doing a great deal for the Unicorns, and probably a similar story over at Aborigines, with the exception of Seb Frey doing a decent job in goal. We'll just see if the managers want to do anything at half-time. Daz is going to run it to 60. Not sure if Smuts is about. I've not seen Mega Horse either in his absence, so we'll just give him a few seconds to see if he does turn up and want to do anything. If not, we'll run it to 60. We'll run it on to 60. I'm pretty sure Smuts is in bed asleep. Del Vecchio into the book for a foul on Gattuso. Another yellow card for Novotny this time. Raquelme sends the free kick over the bar. I'm approaching 60 minutes. Nothing at all happening. That's his new tactic file doing bits. Absolutely mad stat that you've only scored 2 goals once this season, not scored more than 2 in any game. Quick look at your condition there for your Daz. All okay. Plenty of players in there who have scored goals in competitive champ before, whether it be All-Stars or Super League or anything else. Amoroso, really good for Vikings over the last couple of seasons. Tony's scored goals here and there, as has Mackay. Lucio on a 5, everybody else pretty much as expected at 0-0 at 60 minutes. Serginho, who was very, very good last season, found himself dropped tonight for Agahawa, but he comes on the left-hand side, and that is it for Daz. Play this one through to a conclusion. Is there any late drama, any winner? And it is. Luca Toni opens the scoring. Elefropoulos into the book, and a red card for Roy Mackay. Crazy few minutes there, but Luca Toni has put Aborigines 1-0 up. Can't really see Daz doing anything here. Potentially removing a striker and putting an AMC in just to try and hold on. Maybe just roll it as it is. Yeah, Smuts has not been about for quite a few weeks now. Does coincide with a dip in performance. Arrow for Gattuso, Amoroso for Slakovic. And centre mid. Like that. Just give me the nod. That's what you want. I'll play it on. Magic. So 15 minutes or so to play. Can Aborigines hold on 1-0 up with 10 men? Doesn't look like the Unicorns are going to get an equaliser, but they do. Curse of the commentator, and Penza on 87 minutes has got an equaliser. Looked like Aborigines were going to hold on, but unfortunately for Daz, and probably on the balance of play, deserved equaliser for Unicorns. Just the one shot in 90 minutes. No wonder they can't score 2 goals in a game and then have a one shot a game. So Luca Toni's opener cancelled out by Penza. Scally picks up man of the match for doing a lot of tackling and kicking. Picks up a 9, and Penza on an 8 with the goal. Assist from Martin Lawson. Over at Aborigines, Gattuso, who I believe is leaving the club for a couple of bang average squad players. Not like Daz to do those sort of deals. Picks up the assist. And a point apiece for two sides who are probably going to struggle to make the playoffs unless they go pretty flawless from now on in. Next up, we've got Tutavua versus Townsville. Two sides who probably both... Tutavua definitely in the mix, level with Dragons and Vanuatu. Hodgie and Townsville probably needs to start putting something together, but only scored 13 in 15, which is probably where his problem lies. This is how Hodgie goes. Pats that Soglu out for Mendes de Silva. He's injured. And the Tutavua boys line up like this. So, Liam, just quickly, if you're here, you've got 10 seconds, or I'll run it as it is. You named Mild as your right DMC in your lineup, but also named him on your bench. Now, Decourt was in your starting lineup, and Mild wasn't even on your bench. So I've put Mild in and Decourt on the bench. Let me know if that's what you want. You've got 10 seconds. If not, I'm just going to click play. Okay. Magic. So Tutavua Townsville. Tutavua have been pretty good this season, and it is Skulls on 3 minutes who's open the scoring, and Saviola's double the lead on 7 minutes. And it looks like they are going to put real pressure on the sides in the top 6 with an impressive first half against Townsville. Skulls and Saviola both inside the first 10 minutes as we get just about to half time, and we do get there. Really good first half from Tutavua. 5 attempts, 2 on target. Just 2 attempts from Townsville. Keepers on a 5. Taibbi. Mendes de Silva doing okay, but the rest from Townsville is pretty average. Over at, I don't know if Hodgie's here, but if you are Hodgie, give us a shout. Let us know if you want to do anything. Ortega and Van Nistelrooy with the assists for Scholes and Saviola, those forward players linking up nicely together. Ollie Decourt as well on a 9. Ortega's been incredibly impressive this season. 9 contributions in 16 games. Stats look fucking wild as well. Very, very good. Roll from Liam. We'll just wait and see if Hodgie is about. Don't think I've seen him. No, so we will play on to 60 minutes. Yeah, it absolutely is a good Ortega. Van Nistelrooy with the chance and superbly converts to make it 3-0, and you would say that is game set a match if it wasn't already for Tuvalu. It look like they are going to be on the verge of the top 6 come full time. 8s for absolutely everybody throughout, apart from West and Nigma Tulin. Look at the stats. Just the 1 attempt in that 15-minute period, but resulting in a goal. As Tato says, assist coming from Overmars out on the left-hand side. That's contributions from both wide players, attacking midfielder and both strikers, which is exactly what you want going forward. Taibbi is now down on a 4. Mendes de Silva still doing his best in there, but apart from that, Townsville just not at the races and getting blown away by the home side. Liam, let us know, or Chris, if there's anything you want to do. Quick look at your fitness, but I'm pretty sure everybody is absolutely fine. Michael Owen maybe throw everyone out, or Freddie Youngberg in one of the wide areas, or maybe they just leave it since the boys out there doing a splendid job, and Liam is going to roll it through, so we'll get this through to 90 minutes. You would suspect if there's any more goals, it's only going to be for the home side. And we get to full time with not a great deal happening in the last half an hour. Don't think Townsville had an attempt on target in the entire second half. Tewkesbury put the game to bed with that third goal from Van Nistelrooy, who picks up man of the match goal and an assist. 8s and 9s everywhere. Twibo West on a 7. Really, really impressive performance from them. Well played. Taibbi on a 5. And yeah, 5s and 6s, a few 7s, and Mendes de Silva doing his best by himself. But yeah, an off day for Townsville and an uphill battle to make the playoffs from here, despite there being still 10 games to go. Next up, big game, Hobart versus Vikings. 2 sides again under the dotted line. Really to start putting some form together. Vikings done a bit of business, sent in a new tactic file as of next week, but they don't want to get that gap get much bigger. We've got, let me just check Jens' submission. One second, boys, just bear with me. just not convinced that that is what Jens submitted. But he's been sending all sorts of different instructions and tactic files across. So just double check. Okay, yeah, that is right. So Imar dropped back to centre midfield, was in at AMC in a 3. And over at Hobart, Filipescu, I think, came in for Michelini, who was suspended. In the only change, Ronaldinho making his last appearance for the club. Hobart vs Vikings in the chase for the playoffs. Penalty shout turned down for Hobart inside the first 5 minutes. Salko with a chance, but that goes over the bar. And again, Cesarco looking busy. Hobart down the other end, Ronaldinho involved. And Kutsov with a great chance, but that goes wide. And another chance for Kutsov. We're past the half-hour mark. Chances at both ends in this first half, but yet to get the breakthrough. And we do get to half-time 0-0. 6 attempts for Hobart, 4 for Vikings in what felt like a quite entertaining end-to-end half. Not sure if Dan's about or Jens, but if you are, chaps, give us a shout. Just have a quick look through the performances. But as you would expect at 0-0, just 7s and 6s across the board. I'm out on 83 fitness. Over at Hobart, we've got Anderson, Milito, and Vesterveld at the back on 8s, as well as Tomasi and Simkovic and Ronaldinho. Some really decent performances from Hobart in the first half. Probably count themselves a little unlucky not to get the breakthrough, but we are still at 0-0. Mikau down on 77 fitness. I'm not sure, like I say, if either manager are here, so we'll just give them a minute. And if neither manager come, we're just going to run it straight through to 90 minutes, unless one of them chuck their hand up to say they're here. Another 10 seconds, and then we'll run this one through to a conclusion, barring any injuries or red cards. So we'll get the second half underway. 10 minutes flies by. Cesarco furious with something, and Zeriberto ahead of a big move is injured. So we're gonna go with Jack's swapping with Joe Cole. Yeah, Cole got dropped down there. Trudeau can't play on the left. Neither can Madeira. Cole Hersey. Cole it is. Hopefully not a serious injury with the pending transfer 36, probably 2 or 3 weeks. Might delay that transfer a couple of weeks into the last 20 minutes. Jack's with a chance. Imar involved. And again, Imar looking busy. 15 minutes to go. Tomasi now injured. A couple of big injuries in this one. That's going to be a straight swap for Vargas. And we'll go into the last 10 minutes or so. And Inzaghi has grabbed a late goal on 90 minutes. Is it a late winner? It is. Decent game for a 1-0. Plenty of chances. 7 attempts, 3 on target for both sides. 2 big injuries to big players. Hopefully won't delay transfers too much, but the late drama comes from Inzaghi, assisted by Segoviak, and Hobart get much needed 3 points, and Vikings now probably looking at a 10-point gap to the top 6 with 10 games to go. Mendes picks up man of the match. John Terry did well at the back as well for Vikings, but unfortunately couldn't hold on to 90 minutes, and Hobart take the 3 points. Next up, we have got a huge game. League leaders Rapa Nui hosting the Rampant Dragons, unbeaten in 11 games, the longest unbeaten run of the save. It wasn't as is from Rob, so he goes exactly as he was. 6 wins on the bounce without conceding a goal, and who can blame him? Dragons line up like this. Also an as is from Duggan. So here we go. Rapa Nui versus Dragons in that sexy black and pink away kit. Early yellow card for Lee Bowyer. Dangerous in Mother Park. And Salas into the book as well. And Ronnie Johnson has picked up an injury. And I would expect it just to be a straight swap for Hagen. We'll just wait for Duggan to confirm that. And it is just a straight swap for Hagen. Fortunate there. I feel like Ronnie Johnson's had 2 or 3 injuries for Dragons, kept him out of the team on and off. And it is Archie Back who scores for Dragons, and Rapa Nui have conceded for the first time in 7 games. And Dragons really are putting together some run of form going into the business end of the season. Get to half time, and it is Rapa Nui 0, Dragons 1. Been a few words between the 2 managers in the build-up, and it is Duggan who has the advantage at half time. 2 attempts from Rapa Nui, 3 from Dragons. Archie Back, assisted by Shevchenko, puts Dragons 1 up. 7s and 6s, 68% for Ronnie Johnson, so not too bad. And a solid first half performance over at Rapa Nui. Salas struggling up front. He's on a booking, likely pulled for David Collins. If I know Rob, Materazzi at the back doing well on a 9. And it is straight in Collins for Salas. Can David Collins, who has huge history with both managers, get Rapa Nui back into the game? We'll run this to 60. First of 3 huge fixtures at the top of the table tonight. 2-4 boys putting themselves right in the mix as well with that impressive win over Townsville. This would really see things start to tighten up and gap close to the top 2 or 3. Collins and Guerrero, Buffon beats it away. Clive with a chance, can save well. And Archie Back with another chance, but that's gone wide of the mark. Dragons putting on some real pressure here, 2 or 3 chances on the bounce. We get to 60 minutes. 3 attempts from Rapa Nui, still 5 from the Dragons. Bishchan doing a decent job. Saw his name mentioned quite a few times in the last 10-15 minutes, making some big tackles. Edgar Davids as well in midfield, and Shevchenko up to an 8. Rob, without even seeing how his boys are doing, is going to roll it. As is from Duggan as well. Materazzi still on an 8. Kovalchuk doing a decent job. So last half an hour in this big game at the top. Still Dragons come forward. Archie Back with another chance. And it is Candela who's equalised on 75 minutes for the league leaders. Is there going to be late drama here? Perlo with a chance from the free kick. We're into the last 5 minutes. Rapa Nui putting some real pressure on now after Dragons have dominated most of the second half. And we do get to full time. Rapa Nui 1, Dragons 1. Really good game. Wow. some real pressure in that last 30 minutes from Rapa Nui with a deserved equaliser. Dragons dominated for large parts of that game, but just couldn't get the second goal. I think if Dragons had got the second goal, it would have killed it. Really, really good game for the neutrals. H from Buffon, Davids, Shevchenko, all playing well. Materazzi picks up man of the match. Colossal at the back alongside Hofland and Kovalchuk. Collins came on and did okay as well. No assist, but a decent result. I think one that both sides will be probably pretty happy with. Next, we have got another top 6 battle as Vanuatu host the Warriors. Late change from Steve puts Brozek in ahead of Constantinu up front. Pretty sure the rest was as is. Over at Warriors, we've got Roy Keane back in central midfield. Zidane out, which sees Figo come in on the left, and Alan Smith comes in after 2 goals. Last time out, Rossini drops out of the matchday squad, and Strand is in. Up from the reserves, don't have a great record against Steve. Not looking forward to this one, but good luck to Steve. Vanuatu versus Warriors. Earlier, I kind of think for Ashley Cole, then it is Ashley Cole from 20 yards who's put Vanuatu ahead. Figo into the book for a foul on Simeone, and it's Nikiforenko double the lead, and Vanuatu looking really strong. Harasimovic has had another goal disallowed. I'm sure he's had about 5 goals disallowed this season. Injury for Klompe. Vanuatu still lead 2-0 approaching half-time. Pretty sure this will be a straight swap for Lucenov. Things getting really tight up at the top, especially if Warriors drop points again here. Wanganui yet to play. Lucenov it is. And we'll run it to half time. And it is a goal back through Harasimovic on the stroke of half time. Warriors back in it. And we're going to get to half time at 2-1. Only the 4 attempts, 3 attempts on target, all have gone in. As Vanuatu lead 2-1. Goals from Ashley Cole and Nikiforenko. Van der Vaart with an assist. Petit doing a decent job in midfield. Klompe down on 24, could be a few weeks out for him. Wouldn't expect Steve to do anything just yet. Andre not having a great game on a 5. Got an assist for Nahajcek. Totti struggling on a 5 as well. A few 6s in there. Yep, Stam doing a decent job as well as Harasimovic. Steve's going to roll, as am I, so we'll play it through to 60 minutes. Warriors coming forward looking for an equaliser. Harasimovic on long range but off target. And we're going to get to 60 minutes. Quick look at the stats. Nothing really happening in the second half so far. A few 5s up to 6s for the Warriors. Quick look at Vanuatu for Steve. Ashley Cole having a really good game. Petit as well. Nikiforenko, no real issues with any fitness. So just let Steve have a think. While we make a change, we're going to bring on Strand for Rivaldo, swap him with Totti. And that's all we're going to do. Back across to Steve. And Steve is going to roll it through again. Trust the players on the pitch. Big 30 minutes coming up for both sides. Vanuatu leading 2-1. Vigo with a chance into the side netting, looking for a Warriors equaliser. They come forward again. The high check corner for Warriors. Heading towards the last 10 minutes. It looks like Vanuatu are going to hold on to Elias, but for a foul on Robin. Is there a late equaliser? Harrisimovic with another chance. And we get to full time. And a really big win for Vanuatu. 2-1 against Warriors. 4 attempts from the home side, 7 from the away side. But those early goals crucial for Vanuatu. Still be delighted. The rest of the top 6 and chasing pack will also be delighted. Things really closing up at the top. Cole, one of the standouts, but quite a few players in there on 8s. Nikiforenko, Van der Vaart, Simone as well. Hajek picks up man of the match for a 10 and an assist. Harrisimovic with a 9 and 8 for Smith, but far too many 5s and 6s in there for Warriors against a good side. Well done to Steve, well played and well deserved. Next we have got Bushrats against Wanganui, which is the third of the battle of the top 6. This is how Tato lines up. Vazchuk is in for the suspended Rustico. And over at Wanganui, a change of tactic. And we've got Mido, Donovan, Nedved, Keane and Georgic pushing forward from midfield with the regular back 6 for Wanganui. Tato and the rest of chasing pack will be rooting for Bushrats. Savage will see this as an opportunity to leapfrog back to the top of the league after early results, potentially. Nedved with a chance for Wanganui. Getting towards half time and not a great deal happening, as we see so often in games involving Wanganui. Very tight, few chances. And we get to half time. 3 attempts Bushrats, 4 attempts Wanganui. Jeremy's Janiceri doing a really good job in midfield of stifling Bushrats. Bartes playing well also. Over at Bushrats, 7s across the board with the exception of Adilson, who has been very good. 11 goal contributions in 15 for Bushrats this season. Tato pleased with how he looked, and he's going to roll it to 60 minutes, as is Mike, so we will do that now. Vazchuk into the book. Bushrats looking to come forward. Broken up in midfield again by Wanganui. And they come forward, and it is Donovan on the counter-attack just before 60 minutes. Puts Wanganui in front, and Bushrats trail at home. Just the 3 attempts for them so far. Wanganui doing a really good job of breaking things up every time Bushrats come forward. 5 attempts for the away side. Donovan with the goal, assisted by Robbie Keane. Those 4 centre forward players running from deep. Over Mido down on 77 fitness. I'll hop onto the tactics screen in a second. So Vazchuk and Lasisi doing okay at the back. 7s for everybody else except Ambrosini and Costanzo. Would expect to see something a little bit different from Tato for the last half an hour. This is how you look. Mike, let me know if there's anything you would like to do. My instinct tells me we'll see Cuevas on for Georgic. Featured a fair bit from the bench this season. Cuevas still very young. Georgic is left-sided as well, I think. Either footed. So it's going to be Keane. Swap Keane and Georgic. So probably Keane out to right midfield. Georgic off for Berg. Like that, Mike? Oh. Georgic off for Berg. Berg central, Keane on the right. Just give me the thumbs up for that. Tato's planning something wild, probably one at the back and 3 strikers and a load in midfield or something like that. Magic. So we will await Tato's instructions to come through. Tato planning something and not just. Oh, there we go. Take the arrows off the DMCs. Extend the wing arrows to the top. Push Dixon to central striker. Take off Vazchuk. Lopez on into AMC. Central Assisi. I think that's it. Just give us the nod, Tato, that that's exactly what you want. Very similar to what I expected. Perfect. Okay. A bit of a Hail Mary attempt from the Bush Rats to try and turn this game around in the last half an hour. Some great changes last time out for Tato. Got the win against Warriors. Tato will be hoping similar again, but we're only 20 minutes to go, and now straight into the last 5 minutes. No real chances created from the Bush Rats with the men thrown forward. Wanganui with a chance on the break, and again Wanganui close out a game 1-0. 5 attempts from Bush Rats, 7 from Wanganui. Feels a very familiar story for Wanganui. Really tight at the back, limiting their opponents to chances and nicking a goal. Jenny Cheddar, Jeremies and Vogel really impressive in the midfield 3. Robbie Keane with the assist with an 8 as well. Lassisi picks up man of the match with quite a lot of players on an 8. Defensive players particularly. Bush Rats 0, Wanganui 1. Next we've got Blitz versus AFC. This is how Dimble lines up. We've got Rui Costa pushing forward to make an attacking midfield 3. Mendieta with a cheeky little diag. Bordenkov in for Zambrotta, who is injured. And Javan comes in for a debut for AFC. I'm pretty sure that is all. So Blitz versus AFC. Blitz is another one of those sides that need to start putting a few wins together. If they've got any playoff aspirations. Couple of quick yellow cards in there. Javan with a chance on his debut. And involves again. Bicycle kick attempt from Henri. End to end here. Both sides really pushing forward and counter-attacking each other. Get through to 40 minutes. Schmuck into the book. Good save. And we get to half-time 0-0. 4 attempts apiece. 8s for Shiotis and Samuel, 7s and 6s for everybody else. All the fitness in the 90s for Blitz across the AFC. Cuenca on an 8, and again 7s and 6s. with everybody in the 90s. I'm not sure if Dimble is about or Rocks. I'll just give them a minute. Dimble is here and he's going to roll it. We'll just wait and see if Rocks is going to rock up. Give him a few seconds. We will run it through to 60. Blitz pushing forward, looking for a breakthrough. And Elk have been exceptional this season. Get to 60 minutes, even 6 and 5 in terms of attempts on goal. Cuenca doing a great job in goal for AFC. Brugink also having a decent game for AFC. Still those defensive players playing well for Blitz. Anelka and Rui Costa on 8 for Blitz. We'll just see if Dimble wants to make any changes. No fitness concerns for you there. Yepes, Kaluzhny and Eto the options from the bench. Maybe Eto for one of the attacking midfield 3, or maybe just leave it as it is and hope that Anelka can get his standard goal a game. Like that, Dims. Made it in midfield centre in front of Butt. Central. Magic. So that's it. Perfect. Is there a late winner in this one? AFC with a couple of chances. Volodenkov getting busy and Nelka with a chance. Corner comes to nothing. Still Blitz coming forward looking for a late winner. Into added time. Is there a goal for either side? Anelka, there he is. Scores every week. He's pretty sure he's got a goal or assist a game this season. And the man of the moment for Blitz gets a late winner in a really even contest. 8 attempts apiece. Anelka picks up man of the match. Harry Cure with the assist. Really good ratings. Come the final whistle from Blitz, who came on strong. Mendieta on a 9. Shotis on a 9. Anelka 9. 8s everywhere as well. And a really huge win for Dimble, as he says. 7s and 6s, not the best performance from AFC. A few bookings in there, but just didn't create any real clear-cut chances. And when Anelka's in the form that he's in this season, that usually means a goal. And that gets us to the end of the games tonight. Classifieds look like this. Aborigines 1, Unicorns 1, Blitz 1, AFC 0, as we've just seen. Bushrats 0, Wanganui 1, Hobart 1, Vikings 0, Rapa Nui remain top 1, Dragons dropped down to 8th after that point 1, Tutavua up to 5th, 3, Townsville 0, and Vanuatu still in the playoffs 2, Warriors 1, and it must be really tightening up, and it certainly is. 33, 32 and 31 at the top. Rapa Nui still a point ahead of Wanganui, who are a point ahead of Warriors. Then we've got Bushrats, Tutavua and Vanuatu all level on 25 points and hunting down the top 2 or 3. And then just outside we've got Blitz and Dragons, Hobart back on 21. And then a bit of a gap. We've got Unicorns, Vikings, Townsville, AFC and Aborigines. And you would say that anybody below Hobart probably have to be pretty flawless from now on in. But we've got 10 games left. You'd be looking at picking up 2 points a game. And that's only going to get you to 36. So, you know, something special from Unicorns, but down if we're going to get into the playoffs. Quick look at the stats. Rapa Nui still top and 2-2 up to second in the form table. Dragons unbeaten run goes on. Bushrat's winning streak comes to an end. Wanganui is still very, very solid. Blitz looking a little bit more consistent. Player stats, still Saeed leading the ratings from Zaure Hoffland, the only other player on 8 or above. Goals, Anelka stretches his lead at the top to 11 goals, with Clive van Nistelrooy and Dilson back on 8. And assists, we've got Kutsov and Aymar tied at the top, and then Vieira and then Borg, Ortega, Mendieta and Highchick, and a few more players on 4. Next week's fixtures look like this. AFC Rapa Nui, Dragons Bushrats is a huge game. Townsville Blitz, Unicorns, Time Wasters, Vanuatu, Hobart, Vikings, Aborigines, and then Warriors in a top of the table clash with Wanganui. I will quickly save it, try and get the transfers done, save moved on, and at the very least uploaded tonight. If not, it will be first thing in the morning, but I will keep you posted shortly, chaps. Thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic new year. I'm sure I'll speak to you all between now and then, and I'll see you all on Friday evening, guys.